Hello guys, it's been a while since I've made a YouTube video. I guess the last one would have been the Open at Pine Meadows. I guess that was in May at that point. So I figured I'd just do a quick recap here of Galen Hall and kind of get some things in order here as it's crazy. Our year is wrapping up. So as you can see from the upcoming events, we do have Deer Valley this Saturday. I got the link right down here if you have not signed up yet. We're going to be off for 2 weeks at that point. The club championship at Schuylkill's match play this year, so we have that next weekend. And then the county stroke play, that is at Hidden Valley. I think most of you are on my email chain for that, so you should have got that entry form, but that entry form is due, it's due the Wednesday before the tournament, so I don't know on my calendar. The 17th, no, I'm sorry, the 24th that is due, the 24th. And give me 1 second. I'm going to have to pause this because Gina just got home and the dogs are going to go crazy. Sorry, guys. I had to make a room change there because Gina got home. I'm in the room for a little inside joke here where the magic did not happen for Rick, unfortunately. Anyway, yes, I was talking about the county stroke play. If any of you are not on my email chain and want the entry form, I can email that over to you. Just let me know. Labor Day weekend, then, we're going to be playing Sugarloaf on Saturday. And after that, no Twilight the weekend of the 10th and 11th. And the following weekend is our year-end Ryder Cup already. So, summer has unfortunately flown by as always. Alright, got some pictures of myself, Joe, and Steele. Laud putting the jacket on me. So those of it that have seen the jacket can probably better off in this picture. I just took it to Mystic the other day, and unfortunately, we can't put another name underneath because I guess there's some lining that they can't embroider. So we're going to the back of the jacket now. It's probably going to look a little weird back there in the beginning, but as some names fill up, it should look pretty funny by the end of it. So yes, that will be done in a couple weeks, and that actually reminds me that I need to order the nameplate for Steele and Joe, so I'm just typing that in quick so I don't forget. Alright, and Steele and Joe, you should have those in a couple weeks. Alright, so second flight. Steele was our victor with the final score of 84, followed by Cuffy with an 87. We had Mambo 88, Gallagher 89, Nick Marangel 90, a bunch in a row there. So I was putting the scores in for our group, so I was, monitoring the other flights, and it seemed like it was kind of Steele Cuffy up there the majority of the time. Mambo was there as well. As I'm looking at the front nine scores here, I do see that Steele and Nick Marangel were tied at the turn. Gallagher was 1 back, and Cuffy and Mambo were 3 back. And I even see Gooch was 2 back at the turn. And Steele kind of pulled away here in the back nine with his 40. Cuffy shot 40 as well in the back. Great score. 41 for Mambo. Those guys made up some ground. But it looks like, just looking at the scores here, that Steele kind of had things wrapped up with multiple holes to play there, so pretty comfortable victory for Steele in second flight. There I just took the screen grab from the Scroff website, which first year using Scroff, I am so pleased with it. I love being able to follow along. I know even like Belts and Conroy told me that they were refreshing and checking things out. I'm going to mess around and see if I can use it for the Ryder Cup. I don't know how it's going to work with our different scoring system, but overall, I just absolutely love this thing. It's so easy to use. You can follow along, look at the skins. It's awesome. Here's the prize payouts. Steele gets $40 in the trophy as soon as I get the nameplate done. Cuffy, $30, and Mambo, $20. First flight. Joe was our victor with a 5/77, followed by Billy D 79, Carson and Puss 80, Ben 81, Sav 82. This one was fairly close. I remember looking in the beginning, and Tothi and Ben were in the lead, and as I see, they were both 1 under through 5. So they were at the top of the leaderboard pretty much the entire front 9 here. And what do we have? Joe, Billy D, 2 over 39 fronts. Ben did have a 40, so he was 1 back. Carson had a 40, he was 1 back. Tothi was tied too. I'm sorry, Tothi had a 39 as well. So yeah, I was right when I was looking at that. I'm like, oh, maybe a little upset here for Ben or Toth. But Joe did get the job done here in the end by shooting a 38 on the back. Billy D 40. And once again, it looked like with a few holes left here, Joe had a few shot lead and just kind of got the job done there over the last few holes. So good play in there, Joe. There is the Scrolf scores, and Joe wins $50. Billy D 30. Carson and Brennan were tied. So this should be, I need to fix this. This should be 15 and 15 for T3. Since they were in a tie, we don't do match of cards or any of that stuff, so I'll have to make that change as we go through. All right, and in championship, after 9, well, really in the beginning, I don't know if any of you were looking and seeing Decker's score, like, holy shit, Decker was 3 under through 6. Made triple on 7 to bring him back to even, but he was leading championship flight by 2 shots after 9 holes. He played an amazing front 9, even par. Then you can see there he had a bad stretch for 10, 11, and 12, where I played at 1 under, Steve played at even, and he played at 4 over. That kind of brought us back together. I believe Steve and I had I think we were tied pretty much from 13 in. And you can see we kind of matched each other. We both hit it into mode on 15. Parred 16, both bogeyed 17, and then you guys mostly saw on 18. Steve hit it out of play. I had that 6-footer for eagle above the hole that I just kind of nestled up there, although it was worth a lot more money in our side Vegas match. But yes, I got the job done there, my first Masters. $30 to me, 20 to Steve, and that shouldn't be trophy, that should be jacket. I'm kind of proofreading this myself as I'm going through. And 10 to Decker. All right, our CTPs, they were $20 each. And as you can see, I put here Maud and Steve, I was just giving them the CTP markers as we were going, and they left them on the cart. So I think we came to an agreement. Well, we definitely know who won them all. We are kind of estimating distances. Nick Marangel, 22 feet on number 4. That's just such a hard hole. Cuffy, 3 feet on 7 and 7 feet on 10, so he won back-to-back there. Nat Murph, 8 feet on the moat, and Carson held up. That should not be 25 inches. He hit it to, I don't know, somewhere in the 20s on number 17, so those are worth $20 each. Skins, as you probably saw on Scrolf, came to like $22.86 and change. I just decided to give $20 for each of those, and I forgot to highlight them, just so we can have a little bit of extra money going on for the Ryder Cup pot. For our meal at Red Lion at the end of the year, I just decided to do 20 for each of those. So Steve had an eagle on number 2. Nick Marangel birdie on number 4, so he knocked in that 20-some foot putt. Then we had 3 in a row here. Tothi with a good birdie on 9. Cuffy earning that CTP on number 10, knocked in that approximate 7-footer. And Ben with the birdie on 11. We did have another eagle here that I need to mention. And this was it. For those of you wondering, this one was not showing up on the list because Wynn joined late. And I forgot to add him to the skins list. So that's why that didn't show up. Shout out to Cuffy there. He let me know. He said Wynn eagled 13 and I don't see it as a skin. So I did fix that. And even though Doug did not win the CTP on the moat hole, he did end up getting a skin there. I think he told me he knocked in like a 10 to 15 footer or something like that for birdie on the moat. All right, so those are our skins. And like I said, even though they say 22.86, We are just paying $20 for them. Okay, not much betting for this one. I think I had a total of, let's see, total of $436 wagered. So it was one of the least bet events, but the pot did solid. Pot won $216. Cuffy would have been the worst result in second flight. Steele lost $60 on him, so we did well on that flight. First flight, Joe at 1-1. I think we just won like $10 there. Lost 50 on him. Not much action in championship flight. I don't know if the odds were just set perfectly or what was going on there. But Win Allen was the only one that bet me. $10 paid him 30. And thankfully, none of those parlays that you called in. I was definitely thinking that on 18 T-Box because I already knew that Steele and Ursulak won. I'm like, I just got to break up this parlay here. I can't let Steve win. Save the pot some money there. Okay, Ryder Cup standings. As you guys know, this one's a little bit different. You can read, I'm not going to bore you with that. You can read how we get the points, but those are the standings. We do have only 2 rounds left. So as of now, Hand and Billy D would be our captains. But if all goes well and we don't have rain, we'll still have 2 more events that you can possibly gain some points there. We do have some more exempt golfers. And remember, as I explained before with this, I already know there's multiple people that can't make the Ryder Cup who are on the list. So there's a possibility we might not have 44 this year. We might just have 40. So that could possibly mean that some of you that are exempt or, that have qualified might not be able to play if we have. My example of that would be, let's say 37 people sign up. So I'm taking perfect foursomes, so I would only take 36. So that 37th person who could play would unfortunately not be able to. That's just the way the Ryder Cup works with 4 people. So even though you might be in the clear down here, it's really just going to depend on how the foursomes fall with who signs up and who doesn't. So obviously, if you're anywhere in this area, like, below 36, you're in great shape. But these ones here towards the bottom, it's hard to say whether or not you will be in or not. Please look this over. Lots of information here on the Dick list. I have your Ryder Cup points on the left side. I have what your previous balance is. Everybody that played, entry fee is $20. 10 of that goes to your purse and your flight. 5 of that goes to skins. 5 of that goes to CTPs. Approximately. Depends how many par 3s the course has. So you can see your money earned there. If you want won money in your flight, it'll be under purse. Skins are 20 apiece. CTPs were 20 apiece, and then I have your betting results and your current balance. So just make sure you look that over. I believe that is all correct. And then our current pot balance, we're looking pretty good. I forget how much money we spent at Red Lion last year. I'd have to talk to Steve about that. But it's in a pretty healthy spot right now, $921. So we should be looking good for the Ryder Cup. So thanks everybody for playing at the Masters. As always, these majors are an absolute blast. It was cool having everyone sit there in the bank and watch. And those of you who went to Railroad House after, we had a good time there, having a couple of drinks. Gallagher won a lot of money on the whatever the hell those chance machines are called. So it was a good time. All right, so hope you enjoy, and I'll see you guys at Deer Valley. All right, have a good day, guys. See ya.